Hello, hello, hello. All right, we're gonna be braiding our hair. We're gonna start chunky in the back first. And don't worry about me and my parts. Mind your business. If you ain't gonna come here and braid it with me, let's keep it cute. All right, we're starting at 250. Let's see how long it takes us. Hopefully we could be done by 8 o'clock. We will see. Hello, hello, hello. If it's your first time here, let me know what city and state you guys are from. I do not think I'm going to be here, obviously, all 8 hours with you guys, you know. But at least the beginning and the end, I'm going to try to be on here with you guys. The middle, I might take a break to watch some movies. But we will see where life takes us. All right, let's start back here. And I'm gonna go pretty chunky on the bottom, and then we're gonna do smaller on the top. And we're not gonna braid in any like balayage hair until we make it to more the top. Tapping on that screen for me, sharing me out. If it's your first time here, let me know what city and state you guys are from. Welcome, welcome to the Little Lazy family. Michigan in the house. Welcome from Michigan. I already know some way, somehow, this is not straight. Hello from India. Welcome from India. All right, now I'm going to split this in half. And we're going to grab our clip. You know what? I think I'm going to do it all in one. Yep, I think I'm going to do it all in one. Gonna make it thicker than what I wanted to do. No work today? Today's Tuesday. I don't normally work on Tuesdays. I work more on the weekends if I work. All right, so we're going to start the braid. And I braid forward. I'm gonna do like 2 forward, and then I'm gonna start feeding in the hair. And I do the front of the hair because it makes it easier for me. A lot of people or professionals, they do start in the back. But for me and my crippled hands, the front works better. I did 2, and then I'm going to grab hair and I'm going to feed it. Keeping it tight. And now I'm going to feed it again. Going to separate. And now I'm going to go in and grab a little bit of the gel. Voy a entrar con el gel just to make sure it's locked and it's tight. My hand is already starting to cramp and it's just the first. All right, we're grabbing more hair. I think this is the last one because I don't want it to be that long. See, I think that's good. I'm not gonna add any more hair. Beautiful girl. Her eyes and skin are gorgeous, baby. Thank you, my love. Yeah, I think this is like booby. Booby length, I think it's good enough. I know in theory it sounds like really good to go past booby, but I feel like if I go past booby, I'm gonna regret it later. All right, again, we're gonna go in to grab some gel just to continue to like help it lock in. Hello, if it's your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Remember, everything that I say in Spanish, I'm gonna say in English. Me estoy trenzando el pelo, literalmente paso a paso. Vamos yendo y sellando. Los de abajo lo voy a hacer un poquito grueso. No le voy a entrar el balayage hair. I'm gonna add the balayage hair up on the top, and we're gonna make smaller sections. By the bottom, we're gonna make thicker sections. You know what I forgot? the rollers. Totally forgot the rollers. I'm gonna take it out. It needs to be a little bit longer. I lied, you guys. Too short. So I'm gonna take it out to like right here, and then I'm gonna feed it just a little bit more. So I'm gonna feed it. Literally, we just started, and these little crippled hands of mine already want to cramp up. So literally, you guys can feed it through the back or through the front. Since I'm doing it to myself, I like to feed it to the front. But if I was doing it on somebody else, I would feed it through the back. And anybody can do this. If I can do this with crippled hands, you can too. And now I'm going and that's it for sure. Again, I'm grabbing a little bit more gel and just making sure that I lock it in there. You don't have the patience. Trust me, I normally don't, but we're gonna work on it. But I want the style and I don't have the coin. I don't have the $300 to go to somewhere else. So we're gonna do it ourselves. We're gonna use all of the braiding hair that we left for my daughter. But I had brought like a blonde balayage that I wanted to do before we went on vacation, and then I ended up not doing it, throwing on my wig and calling it a day. But I've been working out and sweating, so I'm like, you know what? Let me braid my hair. Let me let my head rest a little bit. Let me give these wigs a little bit of a rest. I'm gonna grab, I want to do it to my boob. I'm gonna have to feed another one. I didn't want to, but I have to. What I need to do my head. What do you need? So if you want to braid it, I bought braiding hair, I bought human hair balayage, and then I bought this braiding hair. Lock and hold. The other one I like a little bit more, but my daughter hates the smell. So I bought that one that's more like the lock one for like when you do dreads. But it's the same. It doesn't really hold like that. Once you wash it, it all washes out the same. If it's your first time here, let me know what city and state you guys are from. And my parts are not going to be perfect, so don't come for me. But it's going to look perfect in the front. That's the only one that matters. The front line is going to be absolutely perfect. The rest of it's not going to be absolutely perfect, but it's okay. It's going to have so much hair in between that you're not even going to see it. So this is your sign if you wanted to try it and you wanted to braid your own hair. If I have a crippled hand with 4 hand surgeries and I can go ahead and do it, you can do it too. You don't got to pay everybody all the time. Sometimes you got to go out there and try. You never know what you can do until you try it. The worst thing you can do is to not try it and to just say that you can't do it. This is a good trick that I learned to make sure that it locks in. You're going to go and you're going to grab a piece of the hair and you're going to wrap it around like 3 times. And I don't know how to do knots. Like, I'm the worst person. I can't even like knot a balloon with these hands. And then you're going to grab that hair and you're going to put it back into the braid. And then you're going to braid down just a little bit more. And that keeps it like locked in. so your braid does not let go before you boil it in hot water. And you can do that a few times. I only do it once. And we're going to try to keep this in. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I only keep my braids in probably about 2 weeks. So we're going to try. I'm going to do all this work for like 2 weeks work, but it doesn't matter. See, and then we're just going to leave it. I'm going to put rollers. See that? All right, next section. I do it with my hand first and then I go in there. This is already going to be smaller, the section, not as big. And like I said, the most important sections is from here up that I'm really doing balayage to. So I'm just going to clip this softly. I'm going to grab some of this and I'm going to brush it in the whole top to make sure we have like a straight, or as straight as possible. I do have like a scar in my head because of the car accident. From Maryland. Hello from Maryland. Today I'm so struggling to do straight lines for some odd freaking reason. That's why when people come and be like, oh, I want you to braid my hair. Once they see like my daughters, and I'm like, no, I have no patience for straight lines. No patience for straight lines. And if I don't have no patience for straight line on my own hair, imagine on somebody else's. I'm like, and I don't complain to myself. All right, so now I'm gonna split this up in two. Should I do 2 or 3? No, I'm gonna do 2. I'm gonna split this up in 2. I'm gonna grab this side and I'm gonna pin this to the other side. Why did you have hand surgeries? Because I have an autoimmune disease called dermatomyositis or lupus that attacks my joints, and it attacked my finger and it started eating my joint, and then I had an infection, so I had to go in there and clean it. All right, so this is the first section. I think I am gonna feed it just because I think if I do half up, half down, you might see this one, but so I'm gonna feed some hair into this. So let me take out that hair. Now feed blonde. We're gonna do a mixture of blonde and brown. I might have to cut this. I use a blonde, but I'm gonna for sure cut this in like half because I don't need this to be so long. All right, let me start feeding this. And I'm gonna do backwards. Voy a comenzar desde atrás. And I'm gonna start feeding hair into it. Once I feed both of these is when I'm then gonna feed in the hair. Another way to do it is to do it with the little tool thing, but I don't really like to use that. I feel like my hair gets caught up in that all the freaking time. And like I said, I like to feed it from the front. Go in there with a little bit more of the pasting. Now I'm gonna feed in the blonde in the middle of it. This is the way I do it. It works for me. If you want it to be much longer, then obviously you can do it lower, but I want it to be more volume than length. I'm just doing one turn and then I'm leaving it out. And then I'm braiding the black hair. Look, I'm gonna grab a clip. I'm gonna clip out the blonde. Roll it again. And then clip out the blonde again. And the blonde is fed through. Now I'm gonna braid it again. And I'm gonna go and add black hair. And I'm feeding the outside. If I was doing it to somebody else, I would feed it from the inside, but since I can't see, best to me to feed it in the inside. I'm gonna add another black. And then after I add this black, I'm gonna add blonde. On the next one though, I'm not gonna add the blonde just because I feel like maybe if I did the half up, half down, this one was gonna show. So I'm gonna go in and now add blonde. And like I said, I'm adding it in the middle. And this works for me. This may not be the best way to do this, but this is the way that works for me. This is the way that I like it. Depends how much blonde you want, depends how many pieces you want. So again, I'm gonna grab it out now. Hey, watching from Louisiana. Welcome from Louisiana. I haven't been to Louisiana in 7 years. Wow, it's been a long time. My mom used to live there. All right, so again, where are my pieces? 1, 2, and 3. I'm separating them. I'm grabbing the blonde again. I'm making sure the blonde is out and held, and then I have the black again. And it depends how long you want it. If no, I could just keep adding blonde to this, but I need to add one more piece of black because the black is not as long as the piece before. So I need to feed it another piece of black. And you always have to be mindful of that. How long do you want the actual braid to be? If you're learning something, let me know in the comment section. If you're willing to try it, hope you get better. Thank you, my love. All right, I need to add another one to this side because you see how it's shorter than the other one. And then that's enough for my black pieces. But now I need to still add blonde pieces. Hey, nice to meet you. I'm watching you from Georgia. Welcome from West Georgia. I hope you have a wonderful day so far. I have been having a wonderful day. I can't even complain. Getting my day started, or, I'm hoping I finish this hair by 7 o'clock. I'm giving myself 4.5 hours. I don't know if that's going to happen, but all you can do is hope and dreams, right? Hopes and dreams. Shoot, this one's looking a little short. This one's looking a little short. I am going to cheat because that's the way I am. By cheating, I mean, I'm going to grab this first clip up here, and I'm going to move this all up. What I mean by cheating is that I'm going to grab from this black over here that technically you shouldn't, because you're going to make the braid not look so pretty. But since I don't really care for it to look absolutely perfect, no, you know what? I'm not going to take from that one. I'm going to take from this one, because this one has more hair. See, and I'm going to braid it. If you guys are learning some hacks with me, let me know in the comment section. If you guys are going to try and braid your own hair, don't be scared. Sometimes we don't have 400, 300, and we want to try a style. Worst thing can happen is that it just looks bad, and you're like, you know what? I won't do this again. Next time I'm going to pay somebody. But I'm the type of person I'd rather say I tried than I never tried at all. Hey dear, how are you? I'm doing good. Make sure you guys follow from Arizona. Welcome from Arizona. Tapping on that screen for me. Grab my number 1 and my number 2 up there. Tapping on that screen. Thank you to all of my gifters, my tappers. Thank you to everybody who shared. I appreciate you. How are you, dear? If I miss anybody's comments, write it again. I was like super focused. I'm watching from Louisiana, Rat. Like I said, I haven't been to Louisiana in such a long time. My husband used to work out there in the boat docks. So I think that was the last time I went to Louisiana to like surprise him at work. And no, it was like, technically it wasn't a surprise. I was gonna say, don't y'all think like I'm a stalker and like appeared. No, I knew that he was gonna be at work and he wasn't gonna be able to come home. So instead of going without seeing him, we decided for me to go to his job. Like to spend some time with him and give him some nana. So, you know, he didn't have to be dry for so long. Dry. And then we're gonna grab the blonde, take it out. Grab the clip. And that's the last blonde one I'm gonna do. How many of you guys have the patience to do your own hair? I'm watching from Harlan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Scotsland. Welcome from Scotsland. Dígame dónde me están mirando, de qué país. Dígame si están aprendiendo algo. Si se van a quedar aquí conmigo, if you're gonna stay with me and chill. Talk crap and mess. Tell me what's going on in your side of town. Let me know what's going on with you. What are you doing? What's new in your life? Don't leave me here talking crap to myself. I was gonna watch like my Korean soap operas, but then I started to watch them and listen to them, and then I'm not gonna pay no attention to you guys. Buffalo, New York. All right, so remember the cheat sheet is to go in and grab a little bit of hair, not a whole one, just a little bit of hair, and you're gonna go and like a knot around it. Tell me if anybody had taught you that hack. Little knot around it. And then go back into the braiding here. All right. So now let's separate some more hair. I told myself this morning the next thing I'm going to invest in for sure is the little braiding, little table stuff. Because normally I didn't braid that much, but lately I've been braiding my daughter's hair so much that I'm like, it's time. It's time for me to invest in a little stand. But I didn't want to invest before because I didn't want other people to be like, braid my hair. Because my answer to that is still no. I only braid mine and Juliana's. Because I must. Because I have to. Because I'm not willing to pay $300 for somebody else to do it. Bye bye, dear. You're beautiful. Big hugs and kisses. Thank you, my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for chilling. Thank you for your thumbs up, you guys. I do appreciate it. Grabbing my number 1 and my number 2 up there. If it's your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Little Lazy family. I said, if you're learning with me, let me know in the comment section. Hey, from Florida, thank you for watching. Thank you, my love. Welcome desde Florida. What part? I'm in Florida too. We're in Tampa, Florida. But I'm from the bottom, pero soy de abajo. Dígame dónde me están mirando, qué estado. Si es la primera vez. Tell me if it's your first time. Okay. So this one, I'm not going to feed it any braiding hair. I mean, any, you know what? Yes, I am. We're going to feed it. It is what it is. But just not as many, probably. Okay, I'm going to grab. Hello, my love. Thank you, guys. Hi, Heather. How are you? I've missed you, boo-boo. How are you? Haven't seen you in forever. So we're going to grab 3 sections. And we're going to start braiding them as tight as possible. I'm going to do 1 more. And then we're going to feed the hair. I like to feed the hair from early. I feel like it blends more. I feel like if I start later on, when I feed the hair, then it looks like thinner. And then I'm going to go for another. Like I said, right now I feed it from the top of the hair. If I was doing it to someone else, I would rather feed it through the back of the hair. Right here, I'm going to feed. You know what? I'm going to feed 1 more time black. If you guys are learning something, tapping on that screen for me. Get me to 1K likes, you guys. All right, we have 3 sections. Now I'm going to go in with the blonde. And I'm going to feed that in there. And literally, we're going to do 2 turns. 1, 2. And I'm going to grab the blonde and take it out. We're just going to clip it away. And then we're going to braid down. 1. And then we're going to take out the other blonde one. So that clip over here, we're going to clip them up. Okay? And then turn it again. And then we're going to feed more black hair into this. And repeat the process. Getting the process sounds easy. Am I making it look easy? Or am I making it look difficult? I did 1 more, and then you see how this one is super short. We're gonna go and grab more hair. I don't know. I'm moving away to make sure that you guys can like, kind of like see the process. See how these was like trying to play in here? No. All right, you have 1, you have 2, and you have 3. I'm braiding down like 3 spaces. As you can see, it's still not as long as the one down here, but we're gonna go in and we're gonna feed it blonde. And I just go like right in the middle because I don't care for it to be too long. And then I'm gonna twist it or braid it down twice. And then I'm gonna go out and take out the blonde pieces. And again, I'm gonna separate it up. And then you just repeat this process 100 times. Thank you for the roses, my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for you gifters. Thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Now I did 1 more. And then I go in and I'm taking out the other blonde. You want to make sure you don't take out the blondes at the same time. You want to space them out. My finger locked. You guys saw that? So if I can do it with my crippled ass fingers, I want to do what they want. You guys can do it too. Okay? And now there's still like some blonde here, but like I told you guys, I don't care. If you want to be super perfect, you guys can obviously go and pay for it. All right, I'm going to add another one to this one. And this is the last black I'm going to add. And then all we're going to add is another blonde and braiding it down. You want to make sure you continue to add the the bonding gel to it so it looks crispy, it looks tight, and it locks together and it holds. You can't just braid it dry. You have to make sure you're adding locking gel. Because I'm a little gifter 5 times. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. Girl, you going to be here for hours. I know. But I'm going to try not to in my head. I'm trying to be here until 7 o'clock. I'm trying to finish by 7 o'clock. But I might, at 5, I'm going to probably get off, go cook dinner. You know, I still got a family to feed. And then come back and finish. So now I'm going to do this 3 more times or 2 more times. And then take out the other blonde. This is just very repetitive. Once I get like the hang of it, I start to go a little bit faster. But you know, we do have these crippled little hands that be locking up on me. But what's gonna take me the longest is like the front. The back, I don't really care that much. It's been an hour and all I've done is 3 braids, but it is what it is. Well, about 40 minutes. Remember my hack? You're gonna grab a little bit of the hair. You're gonna wrap it around. Like a lock. Then you're gonna grab it. And separate your 3 little strings. Then you're gonna braid it down. I am gonna do rollers on the bottom, but I didn't bring them. but we are technically officially done with the left bottom. Now I'm gonna do the right bottom. I know a lot of people like to do it like half one whole side and half the other side, but I'd rather do the bottom half and then the top half, because I care more about the top half being like really pretty than the bottom. I don't really care. All right, so this is the bottom. Hola mi vida, ¿cómo estás, preciosa? Ya terminamos la partecita de abajo. Ahora voy a terminar y voy a hacer la parte de la derecha. Look at that, look at that. And you can always add way more hair, but I don't need the bottoms to have too much hair because that gets really naughty. Hola mi vida, hola from Russia. Welcome from Russia. All right, so now I'm gonna do this side. If it's your first time here, let me know what city and state you guys are from, so I can give you guys a quick little shout out. Díganme de dónde son, dónde me están mirando, para mandarles unos saludos muy cálidos, muy de amor, muy de placer, porque los quiero y los adoro. Another clip. Where is it? Si es la primera vez acá, díganme de dónde son, dónde me están mirando. Okay, so we're going to the back. I'm going to add the lock gel to pretty much the whole hair. Especially to make this first straight line. That most likely it's not going to be 100% straight, but it is what it is. So we're doing another line again now that the gel is there. I'm going to do it all in one. And this one, I did not feed any hair into it on the other side because it's our first one. My patch came off. How dare it? My kind patch. Hey, how are your detox juices coming along? Oh my god, really, really good. But I do them at night. I don't do them in the morning, because if I do them in the morning, I'll be like pooping my little booty off everywhere I go. But I'm good. I'm not doing them, to be honest. I already did the 14 days. So now it's more like maintenance. So if I forget, I forget, but it's more maintenance right now. It's not coming out as much as before. Or it's, it's not as drastic as before, because before it was really like I was rotten again inside. So now it's more truly and honestly like maintenance. I don't have like that heavy flow, if you get what I mean. So if you haven't done the detox, I would recommend you guys doing the detox. It's olive oil, a lime, olive oil, a lime, cayenne pepper, and apple cider vinegar. So if you guys are feeling like gut heavy, not feeling good, lazy, tired, you guys can maybe just have worms in your stomach, or having a leaky gut. If you have mood swings you can't explain, like so many things can be equivalent to just having a leaky gut, not feeling good, not getting your period, and you think it's something else, and literally it's just your body and your gut telling you that you have worms or you need cleansing. And something as simple as that can literally change your whole mood. I would recommend to try it for 7 days first, but if you feel like you still need it, to continue. Since obviously I have an autoimmune, I feel like when I stop it and I don't do it, things start to get out of whack quicker. I'm even more tired. I'm even more everything. So I had stopped it for like a long time, probably like 3-4 months before I started again. And obviously the taste is horrible. Every time I drink it, I'm like, whoa, but the end results are always worth it. And obviously in my mind, I'm always like, dang it. But I would recommend for sure the first time you do it, make sure that you can be home in the morning or for a couple of hours, Like if you do it at night, like I do it in the afternoon, normally like 2-3 o'clock when I, once I come home from going outside, or from work. And then I know it's going to hit me at night before I go to sleep, or really early in the morning when I wake up. But if you take it at night right before you go to sleep, then obviously you're going to take it in the morning. And if you have to be somewhere and you only have an hour to get ready, you might be in that toilet for an hour the first thing. But if you guys go to my profile, you guys can see the ingredients. And like I said, and the more you start to do the oil, also you have to go up on the oil. So the more you have to continue to take. So instead of 1 shot glass, you might have to do 2 shot glasses of the oil once you feel like your body's getting used to it. And you want to make sure that the olive oil that you're using is a good quality olive oil. At the end of the day, any olive oil, to me, I feel like it does work. But obviously the better grade of the olive oil, the more or the faster you see it work. How long did you detox? So I detoxed for 14 days, but the recommended sometimes is only 7 days. But remember, I have an autoimmune condition, so I normally need longer than others. So right now I'm already like on day like 18 of when I started again. But like I said, I do slack off. I don't do it every day. Like yesterday I did forget, but the day before I did do it. So I'm only 1 day off. So if I do it today, I'm back on it, But like I said, now it's more like for maintenance, because it's not to really detox, because like I said, I have nothing in my body. And I've been losing a pound every single day. Very proud of myself. And it's been a while since it's been like super consistent. Like I've been literally losing a pound every single day. But like I said, I didn't detox yesterday, so I will detox today. So as soon as I go to cook, I'm going to sit down and before I cook, and I'm gonna, but that's probably why I didn't do it yesterday too, because I didn't, a package is at the door, because I didn't cook yesterday. But technically I did cook, but all I cooked was like a salad that was already in a bag, so I didn't have to like season anything. And we did roasted chicken that I bought from a bag. So it wasn't like I turned on the stove. So I'm gonna lock this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If it's your first time here, let me know what city and state you guys are from. From Los Angeles, hello. Have you guys tried the detox? Let me know in the comments. Remember, we do have a giveaway, you guys. The giveaway is over $200 worth of products of Lazy Cosmetics and BoxyCharm, Miami, Florida. Welcome, welcome, my love. It's a city I was born and raised. I was born in Alapata, but me crié in Hollywood. If you know, you know. I ran out of Alapata. And I wouldn't go back for nothing. Everybody's like, would you go back to Miami? And I'm like, no. Haitian Islands. Did you guys get hit with the hurricane like Hawaii? I don't know how close you are to Hawaii. Persian. I just moved back to Fort Lauderdale. I'm from Alapata too, girl. Corriste de Alapata, mija, porque ahí eso es fuego. No, yo no me mudaría para atrás. I live in Tampa now. Yo no me mudaría para atrás para Miami con estos costos. Dios mío, está carísimo. Like, every time someone tells me, like, a freaking one-bedroom rundown apartment is, like, $2,000, I'm like, hell no. Not that Tampa was getting any better, pero coño, está demasiado caro. Miami is getting way too damn expensive for what they're giving you, you know? Like, I understand if like you're getting like top tier, like luxury and everything looks like super nice and super clean. Like, you can understand paying like a little bit extra, but like for like a rundown old ass apartment that hasn't even like been maintenance, or like somebody's efficiency in their backyard for like $1,500, like I'm like, hell no. Like, el abuso con orden. All right, and this one we're going to do 2. En este vamos a hacer 2. Hold on, let me read your comment in a second. You are beautiful and very strong. Being silent watching you for a while, and I wanted to let you know that you are very strong woman. I thank you, my love, but trust me, I'm not so strong. I'm not. I may be beautiful, I don't know about strong, but we make it, girl. There's nothing about sitting here and crying about spilled milk. We have to continue to go through life and to grow, to cry, to, you know, everything in life takes sacrifice, takes time, takes will, takes everything. Sometimes we take things for granted that maybe we should, maybe we shouldn't, you know. We can't sit here all the time and blame others for our mistakes or for our lacks, because we're really quick to make sure that we take credit for all of our triumph or our triunfos, like all of our good things, but we want to blame others for our slacks or what we're going through. And, you know, we're playing this game called life, and we have to play it, you know? Life be lifing. But I'm thankful that I'm here to play the game. I'm thankful that I'm here every day, you know, to be able to, you know, to clock in this world or in this game we call life, you know. And I don't have the loophole to sit here and blame anybody for anything that can be happening or not happening in my life. All I can do is take control of what I can take control of, and that's not much most of the time. And, you know, keep on living, you know. Like I said, so many things happen so quickly. Look at everything that happened in Venezuela and Colombia. You know, in a blink of an eye, you could think you have everything, your house, your everything figured out, and then in a blink of an eye, you have nothing, you know? So we can't take nothing for granted, you know? And obviously the most important thing to me, at least, that I worship it in a way, is health, you know? And it's something that I technically don't have. And it's what a lot of people take for granted, you know? But like I said, it's hard for you to take for, it's hard for you to value something you take for granted, you know? When you take life for granted, or you feel like you're entitled, or you should have this, or you should have that, it's hard for you to look at any of it optimistically, or like you don't deserve it, you know? Right now, your more important priority, most people, is to have money or a house or security, you know? But in a way, I would change a lot of those things for health, you know? Because you can always get money back. You can always get this back. But health is the hardest thing. Because you can have all the money in the world, but if you're not healthy to enjoy it, what's the point, you know? And people don't see it that way because we take that simple thing as health for granted most of the time. And we're going to start feeding it. I'm going to feed it one more time. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Hi, Maria. How are you, beautiful? That is so true. Yes, of course. Remember, if I missed anybody's comments, I'm so sorry. I will go back to it. All right, I think I have all 3 of them fed. All right, so now I'm going to go in with the blonde. But listen, I'm not trying to make you guys sad. We're here to enjoy life, to know life be lifing, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is light at the end of the tunnel. If so, we cannot dwell on all those things, because si no lo vamos a volver loco. We're going to drive ourselves insane. Listen, if I wake up every day thinking about how sick I am or how there's no cure or blase blase, I would make everybody around me absolutely miserable. I would make my existence even more miserable. And I feel like that's how sometimes we fail, you know. But also, you know, I do have the big defect that I hate pity parties, you know. That could be, like I told, you know, like I said on my video yesterday, it could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing, you know. Sometimes I do act, not to say too strong, you know, but sometimes I don't let people in because I don't want to seem weak or vulnerable or seeming like me estoy quejando, like I'm looking for pity, you know. Like I feel like that's like the hardest thing, you know. I don't want to be like known like, oh, that person's like begging, or you know, or that person's just acting, or that person always wants the attention, you know. Like I hate, not that I hate people like that, but you know, I don't want to be that person, you know. But at the same time, I can't try to do so many things that maybe I shouldn't do or I can't do, and just to act like I'm not that person, I'm overworking myself. You know what, you get what I'm saying? It's like a hard line in between both. You understand what I'm saying? Do you guys get me or no? Or am I just being cuckoo? Guys, I dropped the whole phone. You know, it's like a hard balance because you don't want to be the person that everybody's like, oh, they just want attention. And then sometimes you really do need help, but then you want to be the strong person. So then you don't ask for help. You get what I'm saying? So it's hard to find a good balance in between the truth, the lie, and the in-between. And I'm still trying to figure it out 7 years in, you know? Going. We got you. What is your real eye color? It's brown. Just brown. Or like, it's not, well, it's black. Well, it's dark brown. It's not light. I could tell you it's not light. So we're going in the middle. And I'm going to braid it twice down. Then we're going to grab the blonde and we're going to pin it up. And then we're going to braid it 1, 2, so twice again. And then we're going to take out the other blonde. And you can, the other way to feed it is to use like the little tool, but I don't really like to use it. But if you want to add more hair también later on, you can use the tool too. And don't forget in between to continue to lock with your braiding gel, because this is going to keep it crispy. This is going to keep it bonded and together. If you guys are learning something, let me know. Hello, hello. How are you? I'm doing good. If it's your first time here, let me know what city and state you guys are from so I can give you guys a quick little shout out. Thank you to all of my gifters, my number 1, my number 2. I do follow my top 10 gifters at the end of the live on the TikTok. Okay, I'm gonna add one more. Let's add one more. You want to do one. No, it's too loose. Behave, behave. Okay. I would tell you guys if you guys were doing it to somebody else to feed it from the back. But since I'm doing it to myself, I have to feed it from the front because I can see better when I feed it through the front. So now I'm going to grab this piece and we're going to move it up. And then you're going to braid it about 3 more times or 2 more times to make sure we lock it and we have it separated. And then we're going to grab this blonde. We're going to separate it. And the same thing, we're going to move it up. And then you want to go back and continue to braid. Darn it, we should have answered that person. It may be easier to braid with no nails. Actually, for me, it's easier to braid with nails. I know a lot of people say that and they rip off their nails, but for me, it's better with nails. Like I use my own nails to separate the parts. Why do you leave some out? Hello from Texas. Because we're doing balayage. See? So it's going to look like that's like loose hair. Like if it's all like loose hair instead of braids. And you can do so much more, but I'm not doing too much. I need low maintenance. All right, so I'm going to grab a piece. And then you want to twist it like 3 to 4 times, like to create like a lock. This is a trick and a hack that I saw. Then you're going to separate it and you're going to braid it down. And for me, I don't care for it to be like super, super perfect. It's just going to look perfect to the eye from far. And to the person who doesn't like my non-straighter braids, they can give me the $300 so I can get it professionally done. But I got no patience, but tapping on that screen for me. Grabbing my number 1 and my number 2. You got tired of wigs? No, I always like to do my wigs and I will go back to my wigs all the time. I may only have this in for a week, but no, I'm going to try for 2 weeks, you guys. I'm not going to do all this work. Last time I think I did 2.5 weeks. So I'm very proud of myself. But normally last time I literally took all this time to do it and I took it out in 4 days. But I am getting better at letting it go because I need to let my hair breathe. And since I've been trying to work out, I've been like sweating like a little piggy pig, like normal. All right, so we did this one more. And then this is the third one. We're doing the bottoms pretty big, and then the top we're gonna do smaller. Let me just split more hair. Who's getting ready with me? Who's going somewhere? Let me know in the comment section. Make me jelly. If it's your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome into the Little Lazy family. Si es la primera vez acá, díganme de dónde son, de dónde me miran. Try to speak in Spanish, please. Ay, por favor, perdón, mi vida, recuérdamelo. Pero lo mismo que digo en español, lo digo en inglés. A veces se me olvida, mi vida. ¿De dónde me estás mirando? ¿De qué quieres que te hable? ¿De qué quieres que te cuente? What do you want me to tell you? Estamos aquí peinándolos porque imagínate, tenemos que cambiar este look. Estamos sudando. Estamos tratando de mejorar. Ahorrar para nuestro gol. Para irnos a México. Thank you for taking the time to reply. Much appreciated. I know you're welcome, my love. That's what I'm here for. If I wasn't here to speak to you and spend time with you, what the hell am I doing? ¿Qué estoy haciendo? ¿De qué me sirve? All right, so we're gonna split it up. We're gonna make sure it's fully coated. Vamos a dividir. Vamos a hacer la trenza. Hacerle como 3 veces. Y comenzarle a meter pelo. A meterle pelo. Como sea meterle pelo. And I like to do it from the top. Some people like to wait further down. Pero a mí me gusta más arriba porque si espero, siento que se vuelve, I feel like if I wait, se vuelve muy flaco. And I feed it from the top. Lo hago desde arriba. Le meto la mano, doblo. One more time. One more time. And then you make sure you get the one with the leaves. El que no le metiste. And you go back in there. And then you add it to that hair. And the other one. And then you braid it down. And then you're going to grab your gel. You make sure that it's coated. And again, you're going to go in and add the hair till you get the thickness and the length that you want. Hasta que se vuelva el grueso y el largo que tú quieras. Pero ahora, como estamos haciendo balayage, ahora le vamos a ingresar el rubio. We're going to add the blonde. And I like to grab the piece and go right in the middle. En el medio. And you're going to do 1, 2. And then I'm going to take out one piece. Voy a sacar mi rubio. Voy a agarrar un clip y lo voy a pinear fuera. Y seguir 1, 2. Y voy a sacar el otro pedazo de rubio. Así es que me funciona a mí. Así es que me gusta hacerlo a mí. Hay diferentes maneras de hacerlo. Pero así es que me funciona a mí. And then again, I'm going back and I'm braiding down. Don't forget to add, no se le olvide, add the braiding lock gel, because it's going to keep it together, keep it clean. And now we have to add more hair. Tenemos que ponerle más pelo negro. So you're going to go and grab your black hair and you're going to feed it to continue to keep the thickness and the length that you want. I'm going to go again and add more black. Vamos otra vez y ingresar más negro, más pelo negro. And now I'm going to add the blonde hair again. Ahora vamos a ingresar el rubio de nuevo. Mal. Ay, costeñita soy. Trying. Okay. Tapping on that screen for me, you guys. Grabbing my number 1 and my number 2. If it's your first time here, let me know what city and state you guys are from. Si es su primera vez acá, díganme de dónde son, dónde me están mirando. Hi, Blessing. Thank you for sharing the live. I hope I'm finished by 7, you guys. ¿Quién cree en mí? Ni yo creo en mí, pero la esperanza es lo último que se pierde. Mira, my hand just locked up. Pero me va a hacer caso. Mi manito no quiere, pero yo sí quiero. Y yo gobierno, no él. Deo, hazme caso. Hazme caso, Deo. No me quieren hacer caso. Que vamos a agarrar el pelo negro, some gel, and then we have to continue to feed it. Thank you. I appreciate you for taking your time. Okay. Okay. Ahora le vamos a poner uno más y yo creo que este es el último negro. And then this is the last black. Thank you for tapping on that screen for me. Llévenme a 5K likes, you guys. Hola, mi amor. Me llamó, imagínate que me llamó Carolina y me dice que nosotras Somos la culpable de su desgracia. Nosotras, tú y yo, por nombre y apellido, que somos nosotras. Ella cogiendo su gusto con su marido y tú y yo somos las culpables. Le dije, mira, ridícula. Usted fue que cogió su gusto con su marido. Me dijo, es culpa tuya, María Victoria. Yo. Y le dije, yo cogí gusto a usted. Yo la mandé a quedarse ahí. No, señora. Usted agarró su gusto por muchos años. Que le salió mal o bueno, ya esos son sus problemas. Con que... Yo le dije, yo no te mandé a coger gusto. Por el hueco del gusto, amiga. Yo le digo, si eso te va a ayudar to sleep at night, to think that it was my fault, le digo, por lo menos tienes esas dos bellas niñas. Me dice, sí, no me arrepiento de eso. Yo, ok, friend. You know, wow. While you don't regret it. Que lo... Ajá. Me preguntó por ti, le dije que estabas súper bien, espectacular. Me dice, sí, todos ustedes tienen maridos que las mantienen. Yo, again, friend, yo no te hice escoger por el ojero de gusto. Pero she told me to let's make plans. Like I said, for my birthday, como yo quiera Dios que ya yo huerta de México y todo lo demás. Hacer como que ir de unas vacaciones aquí o irnos para Puerto Rico para mi cumpleaños. Pero que ella quería venir. Like have a girls trip for my birthday. En noviembre. Either we all come here and like do like a little mini vacation here in Tampa and have all you guys come over, or for us to go somewhere like I want to maybe do Puerto Rico, something not too far, for like the weekend or something, el fin de semana. Pero vamos a ver, vamos a planearlo bien. Okay. Down, bottom, half done, you guys. And then you guys don't believe in me. We did the bottom half. So we did 6 braids in an hour and 20 minutes. All right. This is where it gets a little bit more complication. More complicado. Pero vamos a ver qué hacemos. Por lo menos tú, yo, Nina, Carolina. Pero te vas a separar de la niña. I don't know if you're going to do that. My bestie is one of these overbearing moms. And I say that, and I've never separated myself from my daughter. So let's see if she's really gonna leave her daughter to go on vacation just for a weekend. All right, let me do it this way. I love your eyes. Thank you, my love. All right, I'm gonna do this one and then I'm gonna get off the live and cook. Because I'm number one starving, and then to make sure my daughter has food when she gets home. What are you cooking? I don't know. Technically, I have roasted chicken from yesterday. So I don't know if I'm gonna just like heat that up and just like put it into something else. But I know we have like whatchamacallit, defrosted pork chops. So I'm gonna split this into two. I'm gonna hold the back one for later. Mona. You're gonna come tomorrow or you're gonna come Friday, Mona? Let me split up my blonde. Who's getting ready with me? Tapping on that screen for me. Friday? Okay. All right, so we're gonna grab it. We're gonna separate it. We're gonna try to go as tight as possible. And I'm gonna start feeding it from all the way up here because we don't want it to look super, super tiny. And this is kind of hard. So one. Where's the little hair? Where is it? Where is it? Right here it goes. So hard when you can't see. And again, illegal. So this is why it's easier when people here we go. There we go. We did it. All right, now we're gonna add the blonde. Remember, we're gonna take out the blonde pieces. And I'm gonna take out this blonde piece. And remember, you guys can also do it with the other way to feed it in there, but I think this way is better. You're gonna grab your gel. Don't forget your gel in between, so you can continue to lock in and be crispy. And now we're gonna go back and feed black into this. If I'm missing anybody's comments, please write them again. I promise I will go back. Too much work. It is a lot of work. Especially, you know me, that I'd be taking it off in like 4 days. But I'm trying. I'm going to keep it for 2 weeks, Mona. I'm trying to hold myself to it. I'm going to try to keep it for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Lies. I'm going to do it, Mona. I believe in me. Even though you don't believe in me, I believe in me sometimes. No wigs for 2 weeks, Mona. I'm trying to convince myself. Last time I did it, I swear, last time I did do it, I did 2.5 weeks. Last time I did 2.5 weeks. All right, this is the last black I'm gonna feed in. And then we're gonna go in with blonde. And then these blonde pieces, especially to this one, and the ones in the front, I'm going to be feeding a lot of the little blonde pieces because this is the whole balayage look that we're actually going for. The Mighty Size has styled a wig with blonde. All right, I'm gonna feed it again. And then I'm gonna take it out. Braid it down like twice. Now we're gonna lock it. I'm gonna grab like a little strand piece and we're gonna wrap it around like 3 times. Okay. All right, since I ran out of gel here and I don't want to redo it, I'm gonna go cook and then I'm gonna be back probably 6 o'clock with you guys again to finish the rest of it. But I hope you guys are enjoying this look. Hopefully. I think by 7 o'clock we will be done. Hopes and dreams. All right, love you guys. I'll be back at 6. Make sure you guys turn on your notifications, like and follow, tapping on that screen for me if you like content like this. Bye, you guys. Your hands are tired. They sure are, but I gotta go cook. I'm starving. I'll see you guys around 7.